Then when you got the show, it must have been great for you because you could have all these guys on.
It was hog heaven. It occurred to me once.
Yes.
What do they mean? Beware of what you want, you might get it.
That's right.
This is it. I still feel that way about it. I can look back and think, I had years of being paid to do
the most wonderful thing.
What I would have paid them to do if I'd had the money. Yeah. I always wanted to meet Robert Mitchum, and so okay, well, we'll get him. And there's Mitchum, and people like that over and over and over again. And that thing, I know you know it, though you don't work with an audience here. You know a show gets going in a way that you say to yourself, oh, isn't this good that people are seeing this?
Yeah.
It's not just that woman with the cheekbones, Hepburn, here in the studio with me, and the audience she refused to have.
Yeah. Oh, she did. She was the first to refuse to have an audience.
She didn't want one, and I was nothing I could do. But if the show plays as if there were one, because no one thought she was going to do it that day.
Yeah.
She was just coming in to test the place. Nobody had ever done that either. And then she said at one point, well, why the hell don't we just do it?
Yes.
That's the thing about you, you know. I have a feeling that millions of people think the following about you. She knows how she wants to live her life. She succeeded at it. It's all worked out. She got what she wanted. And they feel that you probably have some guiding principles, some secret, that if only they knew them, they could be as successful and as content as you seem to be. But you say it's luck, that there aren't 2 or 3 rules.
No, I think it's, in the first place, it's lucky if you have an intelligent and brilliant and inspiring father and mother.
Yeah.
And it's lucky if you've had experiences before the age of 15 which teach you not to be afraid, because fear is what we all suffer from. I mean, fear is what you and I suffer from, trying to be fascinating, which is an asinine position to be in, you know, really. Here I am, and aren't I great department, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And you're never sure that you can do it. But if you have been taught basic freedom from fear and a basic belief in what you're doing that is sufficient to carry you when everyone and his uncle thinks you're wrong, and you still think, well, God damn it, I don't think I'm wrong, I think I'm right, and I'm going to do it. Or if you're, you know, sort of inspired by something, for instance, doing this. Now, I disapprove of doing this. I think the story of my life is, you know, how the hell could I tell the story of my life? I can't tell you the things, and wouldn't think of it, that have made me do this or this or this at certain periods, because then I would be fixing it so that you knew my secret.
Yeah.
And my secret is what pushes me on, and each one of us has a secret, you know, and you go to Montauk and you try to rebuild your secret, and I go to the mouth of the Connecticut River in my childhood, and I try to rebuild mine, all to give us confidence to push on.
That we clicked, and it worked, and it was going well, and people came in, the musicians came in, and their wives and others came in and filled the studio for the show that I was supposed to tape later that night. So there are laughs most of the way through it.
Did you, because I think they lived in the same neighborhood, did you track, not the right word, Garbo?
I knew who you were going to say.
Yes.
Yes, I did. There was a magazine called Show that didn't last very long. They did an article that should have never have been done called Garbo Walks, and they showed, with a grid, they showed her neighborhood and where she liked to walk, and the poor women hated to be talked to. Naively, I was out of work and anything to do, so I thought I'll walk over there and see Garbo. And I did.
You saw her?
Yes, and the odds against it were enormous. I went by, there was an old doorman across the street from her building. I knew which was 450, the River Club.
Yeah, 450 East 52nd.
That's it. And I said, he said, oh, she looks like an old washerwoman. You don't want
You wouldn't
to see
know
her.
her.
Her hair's all scraggly and she doesn't know people.
We can't believe she was an actress,
I
a
thought,
famous actress.
So I thought, well, that makes it better. I don't care if I see her or not. Walked down to the corner, started going just in front of the little garden superette or whatever it was. Bang! Here comes Garbo, looking like Queen Christina, not like any washerwoman I ever saw.
Yeah.
And I missed a step in the air, Charlie. I did a cartoon. And she went past, and whoever Steichen, who said that face was 1 in 10,000 generations or something, the way the light, all that was true.
But why didn't you go up
several?
Did you wait outside the apartment the next day and
I didn't know what to do.
I'm not going to miss this twice?
Well, she went into the little grocery store, and I thought, do something. And I
you
went
had
in.
a shot here.
There's a little garden super or whatever. Then she goes down a cul-de-sac, and I know Garbo has to come back this way and pass me to get out of this store. What do? I don't have any credits to list. And I grabbed the nearest edible and said, is this an artichoke or an avocado? I'm not making this up.
No, it's great.
And she said, and Garbo laughed. Garbo laughed.
Garbo laughed. She knew.
And said artichoke.
Young man. Youngster, it's an artichoke.
Oh, I'm glad she didn't say that. But I thought, nothing else to get in life.
But did you have the show at that time?
No. I was an out-of-work actor, copy boy at Time Magazine at best.
Did you send her tapes after that with Hepburn and people saying, you must come do this? I mean, you must break your silence. There is one place that you deserve to be. It's with me.
I wish I had. I'm sure it would not have done any good.
I know, but
I knew a guy who was her accountant who said she sees your 6 o'clock show, or my early play on PBS, whichever it was. And I thought, is this possible? I suppose it is. Once you see Garbo, you see her 3 more times, was the legend. And I did. I don't know how long I can keep you believing this story.
This is amazing.
So once I said, this light takes forever to change, doesn't it? And she looked at me with a look that said, I'm going to call a cop if you don't get your ass out of here.
One more cliche from you, son.
What I noticed was the lipstick going up into the little lines in her mouth, but the face was all there.
And all that it was said to be.
And I do enjoy running into people who say, oh, I was at a party with her once. She's the biggest bore you ever tried to talk to her. Come on.
Now, why is it theater people and show business people are always the ones that you most wanted to know?
Yeah. Gee, I wonder. I don't know.
Not novelists, not athletes, not scientists, not politicians.
No, not really. No, there were some of those, but usually the ones that meant the most to me were Groucho and others. I'm told, and I have no conscious memory of this, that my mother stood me up in an easy chair when I was an infant and had me recite Shakespeare and Browning and Shelley. I have mercifully no memory of this, and mercifully W.C. Fields was not able to get near me with a golf club. That this little tot who would recite this stuff and then say, everybody crap. I had a problem with the letter L, and they would make me do that.
Everybody cap?
Everybody crap, but was sort of followed me for years. And when I saw they were laughing, I tried to change it to other things. I think that started the ball rolling. The applause from that, I'm not sure, but I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the performer.
But it said that at Yale you'd go backstage and all that stuff.
Oh, I did. I did unheard of things. I went backstage at the world premiere of My Fair Lady and watched it from the wings with a overcoat thrown over my shoulders as if I were theatrical, and a copy of Variety in my hand. And I watched 3/4 of the show, and Rex Harrison would come back past me and say to Kathleen Nesbitt, do you think it's our accents that's bothering them or what? And I would hear all these things until finally the doorman said, yeah, that little son of a bitch, and grabbed me. He told me, I thought you was some Variety or something. I was thrown clattering out into the streets.